A man who blew the be thankful thing before the food even came out of the oven. Adam Carolla.
Yeah, get it on. Got to get on a choice pick and end it. Get it on. Dustin Ybarra, one of my favorites. Yes. Comedian, back in studio.
Hello, sir.
Dates all over the place.
Yep.
Also podcasts. Good things are happening.
Yeah, buddy.
Watched Dustin at the Kennedy fundraiser night of comedy. Was very impressed.
Yeah, that was fun. And now he's going to take my seed oils, which I cherish so much.
I know. I saw you chugging. Dustin does with seed oils what they do in the NFL on the sideline when the quarterback, during a timeout, just takes that bottle and just sprays it all over his face.
I do. I bring it on stage with me. Some people have drinks. I just have some olive oil right there.
No, not olive. Olive's
what?
Good
Olive's
stuff.
Good?
Yeah,
olive's peanut good. Oil, corn oil.
Yeah,
what is it?
It's seed oil, they call it. So any canola or anything like that. But olive is good.
Yeah.
Avocado's good. I think grape seed is good. Evidently, they can get oil out of anything.
They can. Yeah.
I don't know that I could get, they can get milk out of anything. Like, if someone gave me an almond and was like, milk it, bitch, I'd be like, this is a dried, weird nut. Like, where's the milk? Oh, we can make milk.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I can't milk an almond.
Oh, you can make milk out of anything. I was watching this guy on Instagram. He's like, make your own almond milk. But it takes like a ton of almonds just to make a little bit of milk, man. It's like, I don't know if that's worth it. I would rather just eat the almonds, and then won't I get the benefits of the milk?
If you really think about the fact there's a math that you're doing, which is totally correct.
Yeah.
If the milk, in fact, it lays within the almond.
Yes.
And then I just, instead of trying to milk, going out to the almond barn and trying to milk the almond, with my pail, and my
your little bonnet on,
my maids are milking. What if I just instead take a handful of almonds, throw them into my mouth, and pulverize them with my teeth, thus extracting the milk and enjoying my almonds?
Yeah, simple.
It's a
simpler time.
I got a question for you.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you saw this wicked press junket with Ariana Grande and the chick. There's something going on.
I've been watching that.
Women are going fucking insane.
Dude,
now, men are going nuts too because men are becoming women. But women women have always been nuts. Men are becoming women, and men are about where women were in the nut job department about 15 years ago, but women have gone 15 years ahead. They're going completely insane. There's a weird feelings thing that is washed over our nation, and I don't even know what it is.
I've been seeing it because I've been watching the press junket things, and they're always like touching each other. You know what I'm saying? Like they touch each other a lot.
You made a movie out of a musical that already existed.
Yeah.
Why are you crying and calling this person a hero and saying they inspire you? Yeah. You do the least difficult job in the world in that provided you can do it.
Yeah.
Like, here's what I'm saying.
Like, what do you mean? Like, if you can act, you can act?
Yeah, like, for me, singing would be a very difficult job. But if you could sing, then it's pretty easy because that's what you can do. I don't think Mariah Carey struggles.
No.
You know what I mean? I think it's pretty easy.
Yeah. If you're good at something, they've been practicing their whole lives too. So it's like, you're going to do good. You're going to sing well.
I can ride a unicycle.
No, you can't.
Oh, yes, I can.
Why aren't you bringing that on stage, man?
You're right.
You got Oxnard on Friday.
I wrote that shit on Dancing with the Stars.
Did you really?
They made a law. Dancing with the Stars. No more props because I rode a unicycle on Dance with the Stars.
Oh, you badass.
But the point is this. I'm not here to talk about myself. I can ride a unicycle. You, and I'm gauging this by how impressed you were, about me riding a unicycle cannot ride a unicycle.
I mean, I've never tried, but
Yeah. All right, so maybe
do you have it in the studio?
There's probably one somewhere here.
I'll try it out.
We'll film that.
Yeah.
All
Is
right,
it a wide tire? I can do that.
No, there's only one, and you got to stay on it. All right, but here's my point.
Okay.
Not difficult for me to ride a unicycle.
Yeah.
Because I can do it. And I don't think it's difficult for Ariana Grande to sing.
Because she
can.
can. Do it.
Yeah, so these two have one of the easier jobs in the nation. And yet they have to sit there and talk about what heroes they are. Now, look, like to me, a tough job are the guys who put up the giant windmills in the wind farms. You know,
Yeah.
they're like 35 stories tall.
Yeah.
They got to stand on top of them and like wrench.
Bro,
you know,
yeah.
that just
and
seems.
sometimes they catch on fire.
And they're trapped
Yeah.
up there. That's a tough job.
That's a scary job.
And the guys who built Elon Musk's rocket chopstick cradle
Oh,
collector,
yeah.
that's a tough job. But hanging around on a set doing a musical, you didn't write the music, you didn't write the lyrics, you didn't do anything. Someone just tells you where to stand and what to say. All right, let's watch the clip and you tell me what you think. Also, you can pause for a second. The septum piercing, the nose septum piercing. Ladies, it's enough. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop it. Black women are up to like 86% in the septic pierce. White women are in the mid 70s. Knock it the fuck off. Nobody likes it.
You don't like the septum pierce?
I do as a way to move you around, like I do with my prize bull. You know what I mean? Like I like that I could get you into the bedroom with just
little thing
one
right
little
there.
pinch of the forefinger and thumb. Like, come on, we're going to bed. No, we're not. We're going to. Here we go. I want to finish watching The View. No. Here we go.
It's an interesting look.
Yeah, I do like it in terms of physically moving them.
Okay.
But aesthetically, is that what you were asking? Aesthetically or
I was
about
asking aesthetically.
Not about the practical
but
application?
I see how you could put like some kind of rope in there. And
I
like,
could
be
string.
Like, come here.
I could string some lamp cord through that. Like, let's just say she took a nap on her back.
Okay.
Right? And then I come in there and I either string some lamp cord through there or I take a simple dog leash with the clip. And I just clip it while she's asleep.
Yeah.
And then she wakes up and then she goes, what do you want to do for dinner? And I go, I'm kind of have a hankering for Hungarian food. And she goes, I'm not eating Hungarian. And I go, you're not? Here we go. And
Give that little tug.
I just tug it.
Ew.
We'll walk her out to the car.
Yeah.
Sit down.
You wouldn't even have to walk. Once they get the tug,
Once
they
they get the tug, they
it's
know
like
which
when
way.
A doggy is like,
Here we go.
This way. Here we go. We're going
And then
over here.
she sits in the car and she's like, I'm not eating Hungarian food. And I'm like, oh, yes, we are. Tug into the restaurant.
Boom.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then at some point when the check shows up, she's like, I'm not paying. You're not?
Tug.
And then she's like, are you sure you should have your third scotch and soda? And I'm like, what? What? Hold on. Yeah.
That one I feel like is more of a kind of. Hey,
that's a little. Come on now.
Come on. That's pulling the paracord right there. Snap.
Yeah.
Boom.
Don't like it. Don't know what it achieves. It feels a little antisocial to me.
Yeah, it feels very punk looking, but like they're older, so I don't know if it really works.
But
Like
it's
they
also,
are the establishment, kind of.
You're
you know?
forcing me to check you for boogers.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, there's some boogers like right in the back of that thing, man.
Either way, I am drawn to it like a bass is to a lure. You know what I mean? Like I need, and now I'm looking up your nose, and I don't know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very bad guy Ninja Turtle type of look. You know.
All right, so we have the 1 minute clip of them discussing the process.
I'm a person, and I feel, and I have feelings, and I can share them.
Oh, wow.
And if you need to cry right now, you cry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. You know what to make our eyes well up? A little tug on that nose. Right? Just, if I need you to cry, I'll give you a little tug on my leash.
I get one of those lines that magicians use too, so you can't see it.
Yeah.
So people won't make you feel bad in public. You would just have that invisible David Blaine
And
line.
I wouldn't be bad. Like I would take her out for a walk, get her some exercise. You know what I
take her
mean?
out,
If I was going to be out of town for a little bit, I'd hire wife walker.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like show up, take the leash.
Yeah, maybe if you can't get out, then you just like could wrap it around a tree or something. You
Yeah,
know?
well, I'm going into the store.
Yeah, exactly.
If I had to go into like a Dick's Sporting Good, I would
Yeah.
just kind of tie her up at the fire hydrant or something
Yeah,
outside.
yeah, that would make
And then
sense.
I could go in because I don't know if they let you walk them in there.
No, some stores don't allow you.
Right. All right. So Ariana Grande is holding her hand while she's talking about her feelings. So here we go.
and I can share them.
And if you need to cry right now, you cry.
And
She's waving at I don't know what.
and someone said to me once that the green was the thing that I would love the most about Alphabet, that I would want to stay green. But actually, being green, yes, I loved playing this character. But every time I took the makeup off, I loved who I was even more.
Oh, even more. Hold on.
Oh man,
So
Is that possible?
I don't know. I
I don't feel like she could love who she was even more. I feel like she's at her saturation level
Yeah.
with self-love. Like she's maxed out. Like Dustin, you could do it.
I could love myself
More.
yeah. But like, I just hope this interview is like Dallas local news. Some old man reporter. All right, hey, can you speak up?
Yeah, Stu Abraham here, like in a sport coat from the 70s.
We got the Wicked cast here. Dude, it looks like those nails too. Look at that, man.
That's a lot of nails.
Those are hard. Oh, I would love to get a back scratch from that right there.
Yeah. Well, that's why I need the leash. She's dangerous.
Well, you
Gotta
should have
keep
got
her
her
at a
clipped. You
distance.
should have got her clipped.
Oh, all right.
Claude.
So she's gonna talk about. All right, she's talking about loving herself more now that she took the makeup off.
but every time I took the makeup off, I loved who I was even more. So I've come away like
Oh my God.
feeling really beautiful.
You f***ing are.
You are.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Come on,
God.
You
look at her.
know?
She's not fat.
What you've brought to this film and to
Oh,
these
yeah.
characters.
There's
You've not
the
just taken
interview.
care
I
of
love
them, you
this
have
part.
transformed them for good.
Thank you.
Really.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is also my first time ever doing a junket.
You have been the
Oh my
light
God.
of
Oh my
the day.
God. Oh my
You are
God.
such
Oh
a
my
gift.
God.
You brought such light into
Oh my
the room.
God.
Thank you very much.
We
for coming
appreciate
into this
you.
room today. We needed to come.
Dustin,
Oh, I can smell
Is
the
this-
estrogen from here.
is this
bro.
your first podcast?
Yeah.
Oh my
you know,
God. Oh my God.
Adam, whenever I'm on set, I wear makeup sometimes, and when I take it off, I look at myself, and I hate myself.
Oh no
No, I just like I don't like you. I
No.
like you had better. You had bags
no,
without it.
No, you're so beautiful.
Can I cry?
Yo,
Okay.
have
Oh,
to.
hang on. I'm lactating.
By the way, would you guys look at Dustin over here? Look at him.
Look at me.
Look at him. Look at him. Are you right? This is his first podcast. He's doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
Oh
Thank-
my
you
God!
know,
Don't
'cause
you
I get
ever say
scared.
that about yourself?
I get scared sometimes.
No, don't you ever give up your power. You can't give up your power.
I try
your
not to,
power.
but it's hard in today's.
I know. Maybe you need a septum piercing. Yeah,
Get so quiet.
I think you need.
Hang on.
You fart. That's your power.
That's my power.
Don't give up your power. No, I was watching Kamala Harris explaining that no one should ever give up their power. Which
Yeah, I bet.
Okay, we'll show it. But then there's a couple of questions, which is she is talking to the people who voted for her and telling them not to give up their power. But how much power do they wield when Hitler got elected?
Yeah.
I would argue not as much power as they thought because they don't have enough power to get this crazy bitch elected. So how much power are we really talking about?
It's not as much as it was. That's for
Not,
sure.
but she's going to tell it to you. It'll tie in.
Let's see what she says.
I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did. And you have the same ability to engage and inspire.
Inspire.
So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you.
Okay. Done and done.
What if I haven't paid my electric bill and they're like, we want to take your power?
Yeah.
Like, no,
let's
you can't
just
take
say-
my power, Kamala
Let's say
said.
it's been 3 months since you cut your utility company a check.
You're not going to take my power.
No,
it's
you
my
can't
power.
do
You
it.
can't take my power.
You can't take
I
it.
have more power now than November 5th.
That's right.
Yeah.
You don't. Here's my thing about all the ladies, and especially the ladies of color who may be watching.
Yeah, you have a big fan base there.
Keep
right?
well, I'm talking about Kamala,
Okay.
not me. I assume women in the 90 percentile voted for Kamala of color. So like 92% of black women.
Okay.
So basically everybody who works security at LAX
Oh, no.
voted for her. Look, if you just went around LAX, every single person that works security at LAX voted for Kamala Harris. All right.
I can see that.
Okay. And I don't want you to give up your power,
Okay.
but leave it at home for when I'm traveling. Because I don't like
there's
you
some
and all. I don't
yeah.
like all the power you have when I'm trying to fucking get through security. That's an issue, ladies.
They got power.
They got
too.
a lot of power.
They yell, bro.
They
I
use
was
their
in
power.
I was in Dallas. I saw them yell at this person was like asking another passenger, like, "Hey, do you know which line I go to?" She's like, "Ma'am, quit asking questions." Like,
Yeah.
wow, it was an old lady too. I was
Wait,
like,
they say ask or axe? Listen,
there might have been an X in there.
there may have been an X in there. Was it a body spray or a question mark? All right. Yeah, I'm saying there is a direct correlation between these nutty bitches telling all these people to never give up your power and never let anyone, to them being super shitty to me at the airport. I'm just asking a question or I'm making a comment. Like you're saying, I got to take this bag and check it back at the counter. And I'm saying I walked through the airport 10,000 times with this bag and never had to go.
No, you're trying to take their power.
I'm trying to take
and just
their
look
power.
at you. You look like a power taker too.
Yes.
Yeah, if I would have seen you, I'd be like,
He wants my power.
This motherfucker's gonna take my power.
Yeah, so we've weaponized these people because they think we're trying to take their power, but we're really just trying to get to Fresno.
Yeah.
Without any incident.
No.
But it becomes a power
But
struggle.
you're a power taker.
Right.
Yeah, you're tall. You're a white dude.
Yeah.
Even right now, I'm like, is Adam gonna try to take my power, man?
I did steal some of it before the show started.
Bro, you did. I was like, I'm in Oxnard on Saturday.
Yeah, you're doing a show. That's right.
But you're doing the one before me. But I thought that you were doing my day, and I thought they just canceled me to put you in. I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. I can see that.
No. You're muy caliente. You're on fire. You're moving up the charts.
Spanish.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I don't know, man.
The power.
I figured out too. Speaking of Kamala, okay, I figured out. Okay, I'm Mexican, like how Kamala Harris is black. Because I'm half Mexican, she's half black. But I only use my Mexicanness whenever like I kind of need something.
Yeah.
Like if I'm at if I'm trying to get a car or something, and the salesman is like Mexican, he's like, "Oh, Ybarra." Huh? I'm like, "Yeah, does Ybarra."
What's up, fool?
What's up, fool? I'm gonna get a Carolla,
Yeah.
check out some chicas. And then I'll switch it. He'll be like, "Okay, well, yeah, let's go back and check your credit." And I'm like, "Well, actually, we've all made mistakes in the past." But I get what she does whenever she starts, because I'll do that like around other Mexican people if I'm starting to feel like not enough.
Yeah.
I'll start doing a little bit of like,
everybody. Actually, it's weird. Trump doesn't do it at all in front of any group he's on, which is weird.
He's always that.
He also doesn't
dude.
dress any differently, too. A lot of people do, like, if you're going in front of the factory workers, that's where you put the hunting vest on.
He did wear a McDonald's outfit.
He did dress up.
He did
like
have a
Mayor,
headset on, so that's kind of, yeah.
He was running for Mayor McGee's. I don't know if you know that. All right, so you can't give up your power, and you shouldn't let anyone ever take it away.
No.
That's what we've learned. And I do think everyone thinks everything I talk about is sort of a joke, but it's really not. I think taking every person of color and trying to explain to them that someone is trying to take away their power is why they're the rudest to me at the fucking airport. There's a connection.
You must have had something recently.
It's
because you're flying today too. So
yes, it's many. Yeah. There are many. I have many incidents of that. Many. And it's normally they're just kind of basic and rude, which you don't really get in other settings. Like you don't get that at the Starbucks, and you don't get
Chipotle.
that at Chipotle or the tire wheel and balancing center, or the Jiffy Lube or something. You don't really get shit attitude, you know? I'm telling you.
It is something about the TSA. That's like it's like they're purposely mean. There's like they got to tell them that at training, right?
Oh yeah, no, LAX especially. I think they headhunt. Like I think they go to Portland and Seattle, and they go to Nevada, and they go, "Who are your meanest TSA agents?" And they go, "Well, we have some issues with some of these people. All right, we're going to give them a bonus and see if we can attract them, like they'll do with nurses. You know what I mean? Like you go, I don't want to live in Oklahoma. What if we give you $50,000 to move to Oklahoma and a sign and a bump and we'll pay for your expenses to move? Like I think LAX recruits the biggest assholes from all TSA,
and they kind of look
nation.
at it like a football lineup, you know, like a
fantasy
like, okay,
league.
I got this person from Dallas, you know.
Yeah, like
Carla from Ohio.
Yeah, Carla working the X-ray machine is kind of a bitch, but I think we could do bitchier.
Yeah.
Like, I caught her the other day saying, "Have a safe flight."
Oh no, she's not cut from our cloth. Right
no. The greatest one I had, and I've mentioned it a few times, but I can't get over it, was actually I think in Seattle, where the woman sort of Maxine Waters' Aunt Esther, crazy old black lady, but I think she thought I was trying to steal her power, you know.
And
she was at the she was checking at the kiosk. The first thing you run into, not the line, not the X-ray, but just way off over there.
Yeah,
and she looked at my my ticket and my license and everything. And then she saw I was holding a Starbucks cup because
you white devil.
I just spent $9 on a fucking latte, you know? Yeah. And the line had 40 people in it. But she thought I was trying to steal her power.
Oh,
so she goes, "Okay, you can throw that coffee away right here. There's a trash can." I go, "Well, I'm going to hang on to it till I get to the end of the line there, and then I'll throw it away." And she goes, "Ooh. Or you can throw it away here."
Wow, I can't believe you told her that. You might as well have sprayed a civil rights fire hose right there.
That's right,
Adam.
right. Had my German Shepherd attack her. So I said, I think I can just hang on to it until I go through. I get in line, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to throw it away though, right? I just bought it. And she goes, "Or you can throw it away right now." And I go, "I'm just going to hang on to it and then I'll throw it away when I get to the X-ray machine." And she goes, "Well, then go on, get." She yelled, "Get." She yelled, "Get."
Go on, get.
She yelled, "Get."
Like you're some dog attacking chickens or something.
Oh,
man.
I heard a shotgun pump in my head. It's right there. Like whatever. Get.
I wish I could have seen what she sees you as. You know what I'm saying?
The person that's trying to steal her power.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's almost like in that movie. What was that movie where the dude put on the glasses and he could see the alien people?
Them? No, not them. They live.
They live. If she had the glasses,
Roddy Piper.
She would look at you and it would just be a Klan.
She sees a Klansman.
Yeah.
Klansman's hood.
With a Starbucks cup. Like, go on, get.
Yeah. Up on a horse.
Yeah.
Burning cross.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. No, we basically told black women, nobody wants them, everyone hates them, and we're trying to steal their power, and the people that hate them the most are white guys like me.
Yeah.
And then, which is fine if they worked in the back room of an H&R Block. But then we put them at the opening of every security line and interact. Now we have to interact with them, and they think we're there to steal their power. I was there to drink my coffee and get on a fucking Southwest flight, not steal her power. And also, then you can't really fire them because now we got an issue. And as Mike August always points out, whoever it is, whoever's their supervisor was doing that job 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just as bad as they are.
Yeah.
Now, here we are.
And he didn't get his power stolen, so he gets it. He's like, oh, he's trying to steal your power.
He may bequeath his power to her.
Yeah.
All right, there's that. And as a former imbiber of drugs and alcohol,
Yes,
Dustin,
sir.
I feel like you're uniquely qualified to answer this question.
Okay.
I was watching TMZ, and Liam Payne, the singer from One Direction.
He's the dude that died, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have the worst
TSA agents?
with their power. No, I was going to say, like, our police work is shabby. And this is in Spain. Their police work is shabby.
Yeah.
For the first 2 months, it was like he jumped off the balcony. And then at some point, they discovered a suitcase packed with his stuff in it on the balcony directly below his, which is not what you do when you kill yourself. You don't pack a bag. And also they discovered he had his stuff on him. He took his wallet and his stuff. Like, he took his stuff.
Wait, it was a suitcase
Argentina,
there,
sir.
like, so he would land on it?
No, he was trying to escape. Although I do like your suitcase / airbag idea.
That's what I thought.
Oh my God.
Break the fall, you know?
Every one of those people in those twin towers during 9/11 would still be here if they had the suitcase airbag.
Boom.
Boom. You're right.
It's Argentina. Those cops, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know how they're. I've never seen CSI Argentina, but
you're right.
I don't know what they have.
They're like, he committed suicide by jumping off this balcony. It's like, it took you 2 months to spot his suitcase on the balcony beneath?
Dude, and in the video...
And he had all the stuff on him?
Yeah. Did you see the video? Because I saw it on Twitter, and it was like, he was... It looked like he could have been being like... chased, like not chased, but someone could have been in the, because it looked like
I think it might
he
be
fell
in the
backwards.
story.
He wasn't like a jump off.
He was
thing.
high as a kite, and they tried to lock him in his room. And he said, "I'm blowing this taco stand."
Yeah.
But as a former user of drugs, I would like you to sort of weigh in on his recipe here.
Oh, I mean,
all right, here it is.
What kind of drugs do you think
There
it
we
was? Right there, because I mean that's got to be like a hallucinogen.
I don't know if we're
something like
playing
that.
this thing or we're just.
Oh, are we playing some?
I think so.
Oh.
Federal prosecutors in Argentina claim that Liam Payne's friend Roger abandoned him during his final hours as the singer was on a bender ordering booze, coke, and hookers. But Roger says Liam seemed fine.
One of the 3 people charged in Liam Payne's death is a guy named Roger Norris. For abandonment, prosecutors say he left Liam Payne around 4 o'clock.
Hold on.
And that Liam was...
We cannot prosecute the dude maintain guy.
No.
Think about all the people that yelled dude maintain and then left. You know?
Bro, are they telling him he's being charged for abandoning him?
There's a job. The job is called dude maintain guy.
Okay.
You yell dude maintain.
Dude maintain.
And then at some point, after the third dude maintain is ignored, then I leave.
Then it's over.
That's the whole relationship I have with my friends. When I was like 22, I would yell dude maintain.
My real dad must have said that to me when I was a baby. I did not maintain.
You didn't maintain, dude.
He's like, maintain, mijo.
Yeah, mijo.
Maintain.
I'll give you my 5 mijos in a minute.
Oh, okay.
I'm writing that shit down.
5 mijos.
Oh, I have many mijos.
Really?
You don't know about all? You don't know about my 5 mijos?
I did. I thought there was just 1 mijo.
Oh, dude.
What?
Maintain.
There's 5. There's 5 mijos.
I'm gonna fucking keep my power with my 5. There's 5 or 6. I have 5 or 6 mijos.
That's very powerful. Mijos.
Wait till you hear it.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. Rest of the story.
Okay.
say he left Liam Payne around 4 o'clock and that Liam was off the rails at that point.
That was about an hour before he died.
Right. People close to Roger say that when Roger left him at 4 o'clock, there was no sign of intoxication.
But prosecutors laid out a timeline detailing why they didn't believe that to be true, saying Liam's bender started the night before his death at 10 p.m. when he ordered 4 bottles of whiskey, and then at 6:36 a.m. on the morning of his death, ordered 5 more.
And then at 7 a.m.
Wow.
All right, pause it. Okay, that's
Wasn't that a
fair
Kenny
bit of
Rogers
whiskey.
song? Yeah. 4 bottles of whiskey.
And then
Order
at
5 more
6:30
bottles of
a.m.,
whiskey.
5 more. Yeah.
That's a lot of whiskey. That's a lot. Like it.
4 bottles at 10 p.m. and then at 6:30.
Yeah. Oh, you got to have the hair of the dog.
Yeah.
I get that part.
I know, but that's the whole fucking dog. That's not just the hair.
Yeah,
You're
that's the
now
dog.
Eating a Shih Tzu at that point.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll keep it going. So 10 p.m. night before,
Ordered
4 bottles of whiskey.
Ordered 4 bottles of whiskey, and then at 6:36 a.m. on the morning of his death, ordered 5 more.
And then at 7 a.m., he texted Roger saying he's going to have sex with a hooker that day. And then at 9:30, he texts Roger again and says, can you get me 6 grams of cocaine?
At
Wow.
11:30 a.m., 2 prostitutes show up. They claim they had sex with Liam. He asked them for more cocaine, and then freaked out when they asked to be paid, smashing the TV.
2 p.m.
Hold on.
He goes.
Can I say this? Way too many guys freak out over paying prostitutes.
You know what?
It's a weird thing. A lot of celebrities and people like get into trouble when they ask for payment, which I feel it's like what happened to Carolla? He's locked up. He ordered Chinese food. The guy showed up and he wanted payment. He fucking freaked out on him. I don't know. Isn't that part? That's baked in, right?
Yeah.
You're going to come over and drop some pussy off or some Indian food off or some Chinese food off. Why do you get to freak out? And by the way, you just got fucked. I didn't even get to fuck the delivery guy. I just got Kung Pao chicken.
Well, yeah, but you don't know what were the prostitutes, what he ordered. What if, what if your broccoli and beef had a little too much beef? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
could have been one of those situations.
Yeah,
show up, they got some danglies out there.
A little too much hair in the fortune cookie.
I don't know if I would pay for that.
You're right. They always
I-
get angry. They do 2 things. They don't pay the prostitute, and then they smash the TV set, like the fucking TV.
Bro, yeah, there's
First
always
off,
a TV getting smashed.
that TV set, that's my fucking power, bro. You know
Yeah,
how much
don't
joy a
take
TV
that.
set has brought me?
Way more than 2 hookers.
I was raised by TV set. Are you kidding me? I spend every night worshiping the TV.
God, and I like how they
And
broke
who's
it.
the joke on when you break your hotel room TV
it's
set?
not his TV.
Well, not only that, okay, no sports center for you tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What am I gonna do? Jump off a balcony?
Yeah,
That's
what?
it. Yeah. No sports center. That's what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, we'll keep it going because he got more. He got hookers. He got coke.
If he didn't die, it would seem like kind of a National Lampoon type of movie happening.
6 grams of coke is a
6
fair
grams.
bit of coke.
That is a lot of coke.
2 p.m., he goes to a hotel employee and says, I'm going to need another 7 grams today. At 3:45,
All right, so hold on a second.
Okay,
This guy gets 4 bottles of whiskey, and then at 6:30 the next morning, he goes, I'm going to need 5. And then he gets the 6 grams of coke at 9:30 a.m. And at 2, he needs 7 more grams of coke.
Bro, I'm telling you, it sounds like such a good country song, bro.
It sounds like a George Thorogood song. He's got 1 whiskey, 1 scotch, and 1 beer, right?
Yeah, so 4 bottles, 6 grams, and 2 hookers.
Also, look, I don't want to appear to be naive. I've been around coke. I've been around booze.
And hookers.
Can
Busted TVs.
Can you do that much coke alone?
I don't know.
You can do.
I mean, you could do a lot.
You can do a lot.
But it's kind of like you always order, whenever it's coke, you always order more than you think you can, you know? Because you don't want to run out. Because then if you run out, you're done. It's so sad.
Is he alone doing 13 grams of coke?
He could. Dude, I had a buddy who would go hard. And I was a big coke guy too, but I never went
What do you think the most
grams.
coke you ever did in one sitting?
I did a good amount. Probably I don't know, an 8-ball, maybe more. I would
2.5 grams.
Yeah, but the thing is with coke and whiskey,
So
now
you
it
could
makes sense because you got to have you got to have the whiskey because you do the coke, it sobers you up. You need more whiskey, and then you need more coke, then you need more whiskey, and then you need more coke. It's kind of like whenever you eat something sweet and then you need something salty.
Yeah. So 8-ball is 2.3 grams, or what is it?
I was never good at math.
I'm not good. Someone will figure out what an 8-ball is, but you could do an 8-ball.
Probably
3.5 grams.
Oh, 3.5. That's a lot.
Eighth of an ounce.
Eighth of an ounce.
I couldn't do an 8-ball anymore.
No, but in your prime.
Oh, in my prime, I was,
Yeah, you could do an 8-ball.
Especially this is over 2 days. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, it's only from 9 in
10
the morning.
10 p.m. the night before, though.
Yeah, but he gets the coke at 9 in the morning, 9:30 in the morning, then he gets coke at 2. Well, actually, he just said he's going to need another. I don't know what hotel this is, but I'd like to stay there.
I know, right?
I've been down to the lobby of a hotel and been like, can I get a Miller Lite? The cooler's closed.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go back to my room.
It's $155, sir, you lush.
Yeah, this guy just goes down to the lobby. He's like, I need 7 grams of coke. The guy's working the floor buffer's like, all right.
Yeah, hotel employee. I just caught that. It was, some dude who just works there.
The next time I'm at the Red Roof Inn by the airport, I'm going to try that shit.
At Red Roof, you might be able to score some, actually. Motel 6, you can get some meth, I'm pretty sure. But Red Roof might be a little classier.
All right, so we'll continue the play.
Okay.
Hotel, according to the prosecutors, to pay the prostitutes. And a hotel employee noticed the word they used was visibly drunk.
Now, Roger says it's not true. Roger says he was fine.
And this is when Roger leaves, and prosecutors say Liam becomes really erratic, and hotel employees have to carry him to his room.
And they're calling Roger, according to these documents, saying, come take care of him.
How do they have his number?
According to the prosecutors, when he got to the hotel, let them know I'm here with him. If
Liam's dad said that essentially Roger was responsible for caring for him. They're trying to put responsibility on Roger, but there's no
That's
formal
the dude
agreement
maintain guy.
that he would be Liam's caretaker.
He was afraid. His dad said he voluntarily undertook responsibility for Liam on this trip and knew that Liam could not be alone.
As sad as it is to say, the only one responsible is Liam.
Yeah.
So, what happens next?
Yeah.
See, I'm with that too, because it's like you can't expect someone else to save you. You know what I'm saying? If you're a guy, I remember when I was out and I was going hard and stuff. That would have sucked if something were to happen to me and then my friend gets blamed for it.
Yeah.
You know, it's my fault.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have been partying like that. And it's not. You're no one else unless he's a sober companion or something where it's you're getting paid to watch this guy. Then I don't know.
I feel like I would be the guy in the next room.
They would be in trouble. The guy being like,
no, I'd just be staying at the hotel. I'd be at the hotel. I would have saved and planned this trip to Argentina for years. And at some point, I'd been saying to my woman, look, you spend a little extra, but you stay at a world-class hotel. I'd just be in the next room hearing fucking queefing and TVs breaking. And
hookers fighting.
Hookers fighting just with a pillow over my head. Yeah. Guys making crack pipes out of foil and busting stuff up, and then I hear some shit on my balcony, guy crawling around on the balcony, and then it'd be rolling and trying to fluff my pillow up.
Oh God, you would? Yeah, would you be able to get a refund at the hotel after that? I feel like you'd be able to get
I feel like
a couple of Compton nights.
They had to throw you at least a voucher for a continental breakfast or something.
Yeah,
these guys, there were whores fighting. I could smell cocaine burning. I've heard at some point a guy threw a whiskey bottle in their TV set. This is going until 7 a.m. This never ended.
Yeah.
I got the worst night's sleep of my life. And then they would go, here's a voucher for one continental breakfast.
Yeah. And then you get a divorce after that. That's the reason. The wife is like, we should have went to my mom's.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, had to go to Argentina. Why couldn't we have gone to Maui?
Oh, God.
Mr. Gaucho over here. Oh, my mijos.
Oh, yeah, your mijos.
I haven't done my 5 or 6 mijos in a while.
I don't even know what this is. This is crazy.
Well,
bro.
you know mijo.
Mijo. Okay.
Okay.
Mijo number 1?
I'll go 1 through 6.
Okay.
But I'm going to act them out for you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm the mother.
Okay.
A proud Hispanic mother.
Okay.
Who has her power. I've got my power. And I have my young 13-year-old son. I'm a single mom.
Oh, okay.
He's the light of my life. He's what I live for.
Oh, he's Mexican single mom.
Mexican
so
single
you're
mom.
like 15. Maybe. What?
I'm a little older for a Mexican single
okay.
mom, and I have my 13-year-old son, who I refer to lovingly as Mijo.
Okay.
Right? And I'm going to make him his favorite dish.
Okay.
Arroz con pollo.
Oh, that's red chicken.
Chicken with rice.
Oh, okay. Never mind. that was way off.
Rojo is red. Okay. Do I gotta fucking teach you basic Spanish?
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Arroz.
Arroz is rice. Frijoles is beans.
Yeah, okay. Don't try to save it with the beans.
Well, see, I
Everyone's
know
been to
some.
fucking Taco Bell knows what fucking frijoles are.
Arroz.
Okay. Okay. What? You're half Mexican?
Yeah.
Okay, let's focus then.
Okay.
All right. So, arroz con pollo. Chicken and rice.
Chicken. Yeah, rice.
Right.
Rice and chicken.
Rice and chicken is what I'm making my son.
Here's meal. Okay.
Mijo. And so it's getting dark. It's like 5:30 in the afternoon. The sun, shadows.
Noche.
Yeah. It's getting to the point where you come home and the lights aren't necessarily on.
Okay.
Because it's just starting to get dark,
Okay.
And I walk in and I'm excited with my grocery bag. Ooh. And I yell, Mijo! Because I love my son.
Yeah.
And remember, I'm a middle-aged Mexican woman.
Yeah, you love your son. You still have your power.
I got my power.
Yeah.
I got my groceries. I got my rice,
and
my
you're
chicken.
ready for some red chicken. Yeah.
Well, yeah, rice and chicken.
Yeah.
right. So I hear nothing.
Okay.
There's no response. Okay. So now I walk up to the top of the stairs, and I stop. And this is where the second Mijo comes in. Mijo? Don't know. Where is he?
Curious.
He was home when I left. He wouldn't go anywhere without telling me.
¿Dónde es Mijo?
Yeah, where's Mijo?
Yeah.
So I go, I start to get a little worried, Where is he? That's the third Mijo. Push the door open to his room. Remember, the POV now just shows his feet dangling. He's hung himself, and me dropping the groceries in slow motion.
Oh, my God.
And that's where the third Mijo comes in. Mijo! That's the third Mijo.
Broken hearted.
Broken,
Mijo.
devastated.
Yeah, it's
Just
over.
Slow motion, chicken and rice hitting the ground. A half gallon of horchata explodes.
Oh my gosh.
On the ground.
Hopefully
in slow motion.
Hopefully the TV isn't broken.
No.
Yeah.
He was heavy set and made fun of at school for too long. He was bullied.
Oh, whoa.
I made him too much chicken and rice. Okay. So we're 3 Mijos in.
Okay.
Okay, but there's still more.
Mijos in.
There's more than one. You don't really there's more than one Mijo?
I know there's 5 Mijos.
There's 5, at least 5. All right. The fourth Mijo comes at the funeral.
Oh, God.
Open casket. Yeah. He's there.
You had to pay for that extra big casket.
Pay for the plus-size casket.
Piano casket.
Yeah, piano-sized casket. And that's when I take a knee and I do the cross. You know, I'm Catholic on the thing, and I do the Mijo. That's the whisper. The Mijo. That's the fourth Mijo. Okay. But there's still one more.
This is like the stages of grief.
Yeah. There's
stages of Mijo.
There's one more Mijo.
Okay.
It's 1 year later.
Okay.
I've never really gotten on with my life.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They show me sitting alone still with the plate and the fork set out for Mijo on the other side of the table.
Devastating.
Eating arroz con pollo.
Still cooking with him,
Just
like putting
cooking
it
for
out.
two. Just eating alone. Just staring at his plate. At some point, the following morning, I'm walking to my car. I work at the post office.
Tortilla factory.
The tortilla
Okay, never mind.
Come on now, let's not make a mockery of this. I work at the post office.
Okay.
Making tortillas.
Like little
They have a
envelopes to
division.
seal 'em up.
Little talked about. You got to seal them. Yeah. All right. I'm walking my car in the morning. I'm looking down. I've never been the same.
Yeah.
Since that. At
Lost
some
me, huh?
point, fat kid goes by on a scooter, and just out of the corner of my eye, for one moment, Mijo?
Oh God.
You know what I mean? Just wishful thinking. Nothing's going to bring her back.
That's not.
It's not going to.
That's not her, Mijo.
No.
Oh wow.
No. It's just another fat Mexican on a scooter.
Just another fat Mexican on a bird.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Those are the 5.
Wow. I felt like you took me on a journey just now.
Listen, I've been perfecting that since the writer's room at the Man Show.
When are you gonna make that into a movie?
The Mijos?
Yeah, let me play the Mijo.
Okay.
I can play the Mijo or the single mom, but I think the Mijo would be.
No, you could. Yeah, we're looking at.
Okay.
We're looking at Fluffy right now, but
he's gonna get it.
No,
he's more Mexican.
He priced himself out of the running here,
Okay.
so
The 5 Mijos. I like it. And she only had one kid?
Just the one.
Okay.
She had 2 that died in rollover accidents, not the SUV rolling over, but mom rolling over on them.
You're saying the fat brother.
No, the moms roll over in the infants when they sleep with them.
Yeah. That's
there's moms that have done that to more than one of their kids.
Oh my God.
Do you know that?
At what point are you going to put a pillow between you or some kind of barrier?
At some point, you'd think you'd learn your lesson. On the other hand, what are the chances of you rolling over a second kid?
Yeah.
How hard do you have to sleep to not notice an infant underneath you?
That's kind of
like when you roll.
That's got to be a devastating feeling.
Yeah, I mean, the next morning.
Because not only you're like, I'm a kid killer, but also I'm fat, man.
You may be fat and drunk because, I don't think that's just completely sober.
That's why you got to have a crib. You got to put your baby in a crib, man.
Yeah.
If you're listening, put your baby in a crib.
Or
don't roll over.
you could take your fat drunken ass and sleep in a crib and let the baby take the bed. Either way.
That's a good idea, actually.
You got to keep your gunt off that kid.
My mom dropped me on a sewing machine, bro.
Really?
Yeah, because I was on the bed and she was off somewhere else. Apparently rolled off, fell onto a sewing machine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your mom did a lot of bedroom floor sewing?
I guess so. I don't know.
It's a weird place to sew.
I've never seen pictures of the place, but I fell onto a sewing machine that was right by the bed.
That explains a lot.
It does, yeah.
Now I don't
mix up
you
my
know what?
rice and red.
I want to apologize for thinking some of the things I thought about.
See, now my power is explained. You can see it was taken away at birth by a sewing machine.
Yeah. I watched a 2020 with a fat mom who had an infant sleeping with her.
Oh, my
And she
God.
did it to 2 of her kids.
Oh, dude, I feel sorry. I had a fat mom, dude, and having a fat mom, whenever I see other fat people,
I had a
it's
fat
something.
mom too.
Dude, did you ever
Yeah.
see What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Yeah.
You remember that scene when the fat mom is like, she's at the table and she's like pounding on it, and the kids are in the basement. They're like, this isn't gonna hold up, and then the mom, dude, that movie made me cry so hard because I was just like, fat mom. That's my mom.
My mom wasn't fat. She was just unkempt and like when a lady decides she doesn't care anymore.
Oh, see, my mom was she was big.
She was big.
She was big.
How big would you say?
She was she was a big woman. She got her stomach stapled.
Oh, really?
Yeah, back when it was like new too.
Like when they actually used staplers.
Yeah, they used a swing line in that bitch.
It wasn't a gastric bypass. Well,
No,
how'd she get her fat ass down to the sewing machine on the floor of the bedroom?
Probably fell out of one of her creases or some shit.
Was she like 300 pounds fat?
She was. There was 300 pounds, maybe more.
That's a weird, quiet abuse for the kid.
Well, it was weird because then obviously our kids, we were all pretty chubby.
Yeah,
little chunksters running around, and then she got the stomach stapled, and then she started doing like not being fat and just leaving us on the fat.
She making the arroz con pollo for you,
bro. She would be like, it's too cold in here, and she'd put the thermostat up, and it's like, Mom, there's still fat people here.
Yeah, fat people are sweating in this fucking igloo, bitch. Yeah,
come on, man.
She was doing non-fat person stuff.
Oh, I hated it, man. It caused a big divide in the family. When one goes
Did she get down really trim?
Dude, yeah. And today she's like super skinny, man.
Really?
But I remember when she was fat.
My mom was fat and that she just kind of let herself go.
Yeah.
She wasn't like novelty fat. She was just like 175 pound fat, but not 300 pounds.
Would you try
fat.
to tell her, like, give her some hints, like leave like, I don't know, some workout materials around?
My mom let herself go in the fat department and also stopped dyeing her hair and stuff.
Oh, so she had that weird.
She looked like a gray Mo Howard with the like from the Three Stooges. The first 6 inches of her hair was gray, and then there was a stripe where it turned red. And she didn't shave her armpits or anything.
Oh my God, I think I dated your mom.
And she would like be standing on the porch, like going, like she was an extra in Billy Jack, just like, oh, it's so bad. Everything's so bad. And my buddy Ray, who called my house the barn because it had like a dirt lawn and it was always broken down and everything.
Oh my God.
He was also one of these guys who just said anything. He just like showed up one day and he went, "What's wrong with your mom?" And I'm like, I don't know. Where do we start? She's got hair growing out of her armpits. Her hair's like 3 different colors. She's 190 pounds. I'm like, yeah, she's a mess.
Yeah.
What's
like
wrong with her?
You don't want
to. Why don't she get a job or comb her hair or something? I was like, I don't fucking know.
Because you don't want a hot mom, but you don't want some like,
you don't want your buddy Ray going, "What the fuck happened to your mom?"
He doesn't even make fat jokes about it because he knows.
Well, he didn't know where to start. It was such an overall mess that he couldn't focus in one area.
Oh man, would your mom pick you up from school?
No, she didn't. I didn't have to. I just walked. I walked everywhere. She didn't pick me up anywhere, which was I was happy she didn't. I didn't want her exposed to the rest of the country. She locked herself in a room and yelled "freak out."
Oh man.
Yeah.
Do you think your mom? That's why you hate women so much. Is your mom?
Only black women at the airport, and my mom never had an airport job.
Okay.
She didn't have any job.
I bet your mom would kill it as a TSA agent, though.
Yeah, she could do that job.
Whenever you were painting the picture, I pictured the little TSA outfit on her too. I'm like, wow, she's hireable.
She wouldn't be in a little outfit. She'd need a bigger outfit. And I don't think she'd be good at like yelling at people like they are at LAX, but she could definitely bum them out.
Oh, yeah.
Like she'd be like, "Where are you going?" And they'd go, "Maui." And she'd go, "Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't afford to travel." And then she'd go, "Well, I'm going to Maui." A lot of kids going to bed with food insecurity. They don't know where their next meal's coming from. Like, that's what she did. She would bum them out.
My mom would bum me out. My mom, being raised by a single mom, it's like, because she was always like talking bad about men too. Like hardcore. But she would like go talk shit about this dude or my dad or stepdad or something. And then she'd turn to me and be like, "But you're never going to be like that, right?" And I'm like, "No, Mom, I'm going to be a good man and not, I'm a piece of shit."
Yeah, I'm just be a chunky comedian.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. We got to do some news.
Let's do it.
I'll also play. I will tell you where my mom met my stepdad, as long as we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a clip. Not for my mom, but
Whoa.
You've got the clip, the therapy clip. Joe. All right, we're going to get Mayhem Miller in here. We'll do some news right after this.
Hey, I'm Adam Carolla. That's Brad Williams and Jay Leno. Hey, buddy. Over there, we're doing our 3rd annual comedy fantasy camp. That's going to be January 23rd through the 26th, right in Hollywood, California. Where else would it be? These guys are going to be there.
So remember, 2 out of every 3 comics. Make it big.
Well, 1.5.
Do I get paid for this?
Please tell me I get paid for this. Go to comedyfantasycamp.com and get in on the fun.
Well, it's that time of year again. You're thinking about those holiday meals. It's upon us, and I have the perfect hack to make them delicious and stress-free. It's Meter, smart wireless meat thermometer. You leave it in the meat while it's cooking. Then you'll get notifications on your phone when it's ready. Skip all the guesswork. I use it all the time. We've all been there, checking the turkey a million times, get black lung from opening the oven a million times, wasting tons of time, overcooked prime rib. No, it's a guessing game, and Meter's taking the guesswork out of it. With cloud service, you can have limitless range, so you can cook, put the meat in, go on a beer run, go in and watch the game, make a pie. It's easy. Mash up some potatoes, grab a cocktail, enjoy yourself. Don't just hover over the oven, over the barbecue. And it works on all different cooking forms and all different proteins. Get them the gift they'll actually use this year. A stress-free life for the cook at home. It's Meter, right, Dawson?
Shop Meter's holiday sales to get an unbeatable deal. Go to meater.com and save big on the best meat thermometer out there. Get your holiday shopping in and get one for you and one for the chef in your life. Meater.com.
Morgan & Morgan, life can be crazy sometimes, and one person's negligence can result in another's settlement. So let's hope that if anything happens to you, you get hold of Morgan & Morgan. If you're ever injured, check out our good friends Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, over 100 offices nationwide and more than 1,000 lawyers. And as long as we're in the more department, more than $20 billion with a B dollars recovered for over 500,000 plus clients. Morgan & Morgan has a proven track record of fighting and getting you full and fair compensation. Going on the road, doing stand-up every weekend, well, that can be hard. But submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan, that's easy. So go with Morgan & Morgan, right, Dawson?
If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/Adam or dial #law #529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/Adam or #law #529 from your cell. This is a paid advertisement.
The other day I was at the bar and this lady came up to me. She was like, "Are you Jack Black?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not." And she's like, "If you were, I would have slept with you." And I was like, well, maybe, yeah!
Dustin Ybarra is on the Adam Carolla Show.
I just discovered a sixth Mijo.
What?
Yeah, there's another one.
What?
There's one last Mijo.
An unreleased Mijo.
There's a previously unreleased Mijo.
Okay.
I forgot about this one. Yeah, so there's not just 5 Mijos. There's 6 Mijos.
What is it?
Sixth Mijo.
Okay.
Takes place. I'm in the grips of depression. The boy was all I had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I really cannot hold it together anymore. And I finally decide to commit suicide.
Wow.
And I sit there with a glass of wine and a candle burning, holding a picture of Mijo from the 6th grade, hand shaking as I put the pistol to my head. Wow. And as we draw in tight on a picture of Mijo, we just hear me whisper, Mijo. And boom. And then we hear the shot. And then we go to black. Credits roll. Credits roll on Mijo.
That's intense.
That's the 6th Mijo.
Yeah.
No one said it was going to be a simple or easy journey.
You know what's tripping me out? Because I was picturing her with the wine, the picture, and the gun.
Not in the same hand.
Oh, okay.
No, that's on the end table.
Oh, the wine is down.
Let the set dresser deal with the wine.
Okay, it was tripping me out. I'm like, is she holding the gun and the wine?
No, but you're not. Let the set dresser deal with that.
I'm all about the details.
No,
I get
know.
caught
She's
up
holding
in
the
that.
pistol.
Okay, holding the pistol
with the picture.
Yeah,
you know, in the frame.
We all agree it's one of those Jesus candles, right?
Oh
I
yeah,
can see that.
yeah. That's Saint somebody. Yeah, or maybe Fauci. I don't know. Yeah, right. All right, what do we got?
Got
Mayhem?
some news, guys. Both The West Wing and Chicken Wings eluded the Harris campaign. The popular YouTube show Hot Ones turned down Kamala Harris pre-election interview request.
They turned her down.
They turned her down, which is a little bit of twisting the knife, it seems like, post-election. Yeah, Hot Ones, which is a great show. They didn't want to do any politics, so they weren't going to take us. Cutter added, which is part of the Harris team. He's spilling all the beans right now about
I did
everything.
Hot Ones.
Yeah, you did, right?
Yeah.
How was it? Did you get through to like the third, fourth level?
He didn't win the White House. So. I don't think you're...
I mowed right through him without any incident at all because I realized that most that kind of stuff was sort of in your head.
What? But it's hot ass food. You ever been pepper sprayed? Yeah, that's not all in your head.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Caspian powder or something.
But I can see how it's like you're on a show.
Not all. It's not all in your head. But here's what I'm saying. I can compartmentalize stuff, and I can deal with discomfort in a big way and compartmentalize.
Your mom helped you with that.
My mom helped me deal with major discomfort. So I am not a big hot food guy. I'll put a little Tabasco on eggs or something, but I'm not into hot food, and I would have the same effect that anyone had with hot food. And then when you get to the Scoville level of like 4 million or something at the end, I was like, give me those wings. I'm putting them all in my mouth. My tongue may be on fire, but that's it. Nothing else. I will not be affected in any way.
You just man-carded right through that show? That's what you're saying?
Fucking carded right the fuck through it. And this is why I tell everyone when they're like, I'm not feeling it today. I don't think I should come into work. I just go to work. Just get up and get dressed and go to work. And they go, I don't think I should. I go, just go to work. Just go to work.
Yeah, I do whatever you want. Oppenheimer hot wing. So
yeah. I went right through it. No problem.
Yeah.
And as I've said many times, if you would ask me 10 minutes later on the ride home, what did I just do? If I didn't know it, I wouldn't have known it. There was no after effects. There was no prom on the toilet the next day. There was nothing for dinner. There's no reflux. There's
you didn't take any Tums? Nothing?
There
was
was
just
nothing.
like, wow.
I just mowed right through it and went home.
Are you sure? Really? I should have watched your episode for this because I feel like at some point your body physiologically.
You can watch probably The Last Wing. It's up somewhere.
No sweating?
No, it's funny. I brought a towel because when I eat hot food, normally my forehead gets all. If I eat like something really zesty or peppery or something, I'll have to mop my forehead. Yeah, thought I'd do it. Nothing. Da Bomb, the spiciest sauce of alls is Da Bomb, I guess.
Here we go.
I don't know what the Scoville scale is, but
it's 135, 600.
135,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it. It's hot sauce.
It's getting real over here.
Ominous music.
So, Adam, I know that you're a connoisseur of the good, bad movie genre, the 80s era movies that are so over the top, so corny, that they're actually kind of good. So what I want to do is bounce some titles off of you. I'm just curious about your thoughts.
All right.
Why do you think Sylvester Stallone's Cobra is a must-watch movie?
Well, everyone knows, Rambo, and everyone knows Rocky, and everyone knows even Over the Top, but they sleep on Cobra. Cobra is Stallone at his Stalloniest, It's an insane... my glasses are starting to...
All right.
The whole thing
you remembered it a little wrong.
I fucked up my glasses here just yelling about pepperoni pizza.
It has everything you need in a movie, and no one's ever seen it. And it makes no sense at all, and for that reason, you gotta watch Cobra.
Point Break or Roadhouse?
Point Break is actually kind of a goodish movie.
All right, so is this me eating the hottest one?
So Roadhouse.
All right.
You gotta watch Roadhouse.
That's the hottest.
That looked easy.
I know, you really did handle it.
Where any movie where somebody said they were retired, but
I don't know what Kamala's doing, and I look. whatever. She's horrible. She's a horrible person. She's horrible at her job. She's
Well, no,
horrible
but the
at
whole
everything.
point was I didn't mention that they reached out to hot ones.
Right.
And on contrast, Trump did, this past weekend with Theo Vaughn, Break 50, The Undertaker's 6 Feet Under, Barstool Sports, Bussin' with the Boys, the Joe Rogan Experience. Like, he went on everything and it paid off for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, DEI programs can actually escalate hostility and racial tensions, new study claims. And the New York Times is
no
accused-
shit. Go to LAX.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Listen, I've said it 1 billion times. I have no idea why no one understands this. Convincing black people that they're not wanted here is going to cause downstream problems. They're not going to be happy.
Yeah.
And it's going to lead to something. It's going to lead to a lot of wrestling with cops and a lot of mean people.
Wrestling with cops. That's a nice way to say
Well,
it.
if you think the cop's there to kill you, then why not
you're gonna wrestle him.
wrestle with him. That's all I'm saying.
Do you okay, were you into NASCAR at all?
No, but I like cars. I like race cars. I've not been into NASCAR.
I was a big NASCAR guy.
Really?
And I remember when I saw DEI. That's Dale Earnhardt. I think it was Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. Like he was the owner of the teams, his son's team and Michael Waltrip's team. So every time I see DEI, I think Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah.
And I think that.
Trade paint.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what they call it is a hostile attribution bias. So what happens is people get fired up that there's exactly what you've been talking about. They separate us.
Well, here's
segregation.
Here's the problem. It's baked in. It's an issue. It's a big issue. No one wants to talk about because it's not popular. And white people have been basically like, I'm just going to shut up and stand on the sidelines and pretend I agree with all this bullshit. But here's the deal. Black people constantly talk about, you don't know what it's like to be black and be in our society. If you listen to Sunny Hostin, she's like, you don't know what it's like. It's like, you're a hot, rich chick. Don't fucking hand me that shit. You don't know what it's like to be poor. Poor is where you get the shit kicked out of you. It's not, Jay-Z's fine.
Yeah.
It's when you're fucking poor is when society really beats the shit out of you. And all facets of it, I used to get my car towed, I got 3 motorcycles towed because I was poor. As soon as I got rich, I never got another parking ticket. I never got towed. I never had any more issues. I parked in my garage at night. I didn't fucking park on the street. And the street cleaners coming at 6 a.m. and I forgot. And now I got another ticket. Being poor, that's what we're really discriminated against. But what they don't really understand, like Michelle Obama does this all the time. All the leftist politicians, they're all fucking race hustlers. What they do is they go, you don't know what it's like being a black woman. I'm invisible. I remember this one time I went to go get frozen yogurt with my kids, and some woman just cut in front of us in line. It's like, hey, bitch, that happens to everyone all fucking day, every day. It's not because you're black.
So if I see a black person, I'm like, I'm not going to cut in front of them.
I'm much less apt to cut in front of
you
the
can
black
go ahead
man.
of me,
Go
actually.
ahead.
I don't know what I'm getting.
I remember you from the airport.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. What they do not realize is life is a never-ending avalanche of like frustrating bullshit. That guy flicked me off in his car even though he cut me off. Or
Microaggressions.
Yes, and macro. Like, what the fuck or why? Lots of shitty neighbors who call the cops. Just fucking tons of it. And then you're a black person and you go, oh, it's because I'm black. No, it's because everyone's a dick. That's what it is. And then we convince them that everyone hates them because they're black. And then we release them out into the wild. And then they take their pound of flesh, as they should. If they were convinced, if someone convinced me that society hated me, then I would be a douche to other members of society who didn't look like me.
Yeah, the study kind of concludes when people are supposed to see anti-racist material in the ideology, it looks like what happens is they become more likely to punish for any evidence of wrongdoing. That includes protesting people, calling for dismissal, demanding public apologies, receiving people calling for their relocation.
Also, isn't everyone just ideology? I mean, like Trump's cabinet's appointments so far are tons of chicks who we don't think of as chicks. The left doesn't think of that. Like, oh, good, we got a woman in charge. No, we don't. We have a woman who disagrees with you. They don't like Pam Bondi from fucking Florida. They don't want that bitch in charge of anything. You know what I mean? It's the same where if you take a black guy, but he's a Republican, he's fucking done. It's not like black people like him or include him into the group. Trump picks Indian guys. He's got Indian guys, chicks, gay guy running the Fed. He's got tons of different people that no one cares about. No one thinks of diverse. No one anything. And by the way, I don't think of him as an Indian guy or a chick. I just go, fucking Vivek Ramaswamy. Yeah. Yes, get in there and fucking dismantle this fucking behemoth government that's spending all my money. Go do it, Vivek.
Smart guy.
I don't go, hey, Indian guy. They just did.
Trump probably does it. Indian guy.
He calls him Indian guy.
Definitely
well,
calls
actually,
him
he says
Indian
Haji. Haji. Size of a camel.
Yeah.
Sim sim salibim.
That's right. All right. Good. Enough. Do away with it. It doesn't work. Nothing works. None of these ideas are good.
The real hook to this story, though, is that the New York Times potentially buried this, and the Times spokesperson said that the story was pulled in the 11th hour because, then this is a great quote, our journalists are always considering potential topics for news coverage, evaluating them for newsworthiness, and often choose not to pursue further reporting for a variety of reasons.
Yeah, they don't listen.
It doesn't fit their narrative. Yeah.
New York Times is DEI all the time. All the people with the bad ideas. All the people with the defund the police, all the people with the let's raise the minimum to $850 for larceny so we don't arrest all these poor people of color. All the 6-foot distance for COVID, fucking paper mask, take the vax for your 14-year-old healthy son, DEI. They're wrong about everything. About everything, and instead of just fucking bathing in a tub of incorrectness, which is where they should reside, they just try to squash stories that do not comport with their version of reality, which is wrong.
Mijo!
I know, I'm fired up right now.
Jesus Christ, you fuckers are wrong about everything. So just fucking suck it up. Or by the way, get into a different business.
Yeah.
You're in the prognostication department, and you haven't fucking picked a winner in 18 years. What are you doing? Do you know what I mean? You're bad. You're really bad at your job. You got everything COVID wrong. Los Angeles Times, every single thing to do with COVID was wrong. Ooh. And now the guy, Jay Bhattacharya or whoever, who he tried to get blackballed and pulled off of Twitter, and you guys attacked as a quack, is now running the CDC.
You know what? I'll go right into that. I'll go right into that because Trump picks a COVID lockdown critic to lead a top health agency.
Yes.
Jay Bhattacharya.
He's not a COVID lockdown critic. He's a guy who was right about everything COVID, so we decided to destroy his life.
Yeah. Yeah, well, now he's back. You know, he's going to lead this top health agency. Trump has selected the Stanford University-trained physician and economist to lead the National Health Institute, or National Institutes of Health, the biggest government-funded biomedical research entity.
You do understand this guy just dared to go, hey, I'm trained, and me and my colleagues who are trained don't think what you guys are doing with COVID is correct.
Yeah, and they're like, shut up.
And they're like, oh, we got to destroy this guy's credibility.
Yeah.
You know,
like Fauci was like, we got to destroy this guy so they'll listen to me and do the wrong shit. And by the way, people don't have an issue with this? You were fucking instructed to do the wrong thing about COVID for 3 years, and you don't want to take a look and examine it just a little bit and go, what the fuck were these people up to? And then why they blackball this guy?
Well, it's kind of it's a cool story though, because now he got everything back, right? He's at a higher level.
He's going to be the guy. Yeah. Looking back at it does seem like, you know, that they could have just let the healthy people get it and go through it and separated the weaker people. So
why did they need to destroy the guy who thought differently than them?
I think that's the times that we live in, because you have to crush somebody down to raise your way up. At least that's what it seems like, yeah.
I mean, I was out there banging my pots and pans, doing everything I could.
For the nurses?
Yeah, I thought it killed COVID, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Good job, you did your part.
Okay, see.
There's a clip of him, I think I liked it, Byron or Joe, or there's a clip of Bhattacharya in front of, I don't even know how to say his last name, but Jay, in front of Congress, basically sort of laying it out. I think I liked it from earlier today. I love this guy. And everyone should be asking, what the fuck was the government doing during COVID, and what was CNN and MSNBC and all the other fucking liars doing? What were they doing? What was Sanjay Gupta from CNN doing during COVID? He was lying to you. Why the fuck is that okay with you? And then why would you listen to Sanjay Gupta about anything ever again if that's all he did was lie during COVID? And why did all the liars try to destroy the people who were telling the truth? That's right.
Something fishy was going on.
Yes.
I have no idea. I don't understand what they got out of the whole COVID experience. Like, what did they have stock in hand sanitizer or
it could have
face
been that,
masks?
like Pfizer.
What happened was Fauci was doing gain of function work in China that we funded because we couldn't do it here in the United States.
When you say gain of function, what exactly does that mean?
We're taking viruses from the animal world and seeing how they could be transferred to the human world.
Okay.
But why?
For war,
biological warfare,
and for
bioweapons.
And if somebody ostensibly unleashed it on us as well. I don't know that it's all offensive. Some of it is defensive, I think. Yeah. And the world is sort of like going, well, we don't condone that here in the United States.
But you got to take it over there.
But take it over to China, and then Fauci will backdoor it over there, and then we can fund it through shell corporations and shit. We'll figure out a way to get you some funding, and then you experiment on this disease in China, and then it escapes the lab and it comes over here, and then Fauci goes, well, I don't want anyone going to the lab in China. So what I'll do is I'll say it came from a wet market, and then I'll get a bunch of other like-minded stooges to say that as well, and then we'll take it a step further. If you say it came from the lab, then that makes you racist, and then we'll get our stooge useful idiots over at CNN and MSNBC to join us in this, and then they'll come out with like, oh, a study came out, said it couldn't have come from the lab. Okay, good. And then anyone who said it did come from the lab will attack them.
Yeah, I didn't believe that wet market thing. I said, you ever been to Golden Corral?
Yeah.
I look at that. I'm like, okay, how is this not making diseases?
Yeah.
Macaroni that close to pork? That doesn't make sense.
Out of a roast con pollo?
Yeah, fish and
that's right.
Red chicken.
Yeah, cross-contaminating the pudding.
Yeah.
Well, I know what you're saying.
The ambrosia
didn't make any
salad
sense to me.
Snuggling up to the Caesar.
Yeah, come on. If that hasn't made a disease, then what will?
Yeah, so then that's what happened, and then people on the right started saying it, so then people on the left just said, fuck you, we love Fauci.
Yeah.
Because all they did was politicize it. So anyone who had questions about the vaccine or about the efficacy of masks or where COVID even emanated from, like where it began, they were considered Trump guys. So then they all battled any of those people.
People had such a boner over Fauci, too. I was thinking about that the other day, how when he opened Saturday Night Live and stuff, and I'm like, what's the guy?
History's not going to be kind to him. There's going to be a bunch more shit about Fauci.
You think so?
There's already a bunch of emails and shit. He's fucking horrible and corrupt.
Yeah, not my proudest jerk.
Whenever the media really gets behind someone, I'm always like, all right, what's going on here? What is this guy?
The guy they loved 10 minutes before they loved Fauci was Michael Avenatti.
Yeah, right.
The ladies from The View loved Michael Avenatti, who's in prison right now. Yeah. And first, and then they moved on to Fauci. So let's not trust them.
Yeah, Trump also picked Marty Makary, John Hopkins surgeon who opposed the COVID-19 vaccine mandate to run the Food and Drug Administration. We already know RFK's in there. And then Trump nominated TV personality Dr. Mehmet Oz to be the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services Administrator.
Yep. He's another ethnic.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
Diversity. Counts as a Trump guy.
He is getting a lot in there. Good job. Yeah, there you go. DEI.
Next story is the ex-Google CEO Eric Schmidt warns perfect AI girlfriends could worsen loneliness for young men.
Here we go. Yeah.
This is what's happening. Yeah, parents are going to have to be more involved for obvious reasons, but at the end of the day, parents can only control what their sons' daughters are doing within reason. Yeah, AI-powered chatbots are talking to young men and, kind of twisting their brain.
Wait, maybe we could. I had a thought. First off, we scoff at like robot AI girlfriends, but I was staring at a hustler when I was 17. Like, what's the big difference?
Oh, imagine.
You know what I mean?
It's because a hustler wouldn't like talk to you and stuff. That'd be trippy, right?
Yeah.
Get in your head, ask you, Adam, how's your day? Like, my mom's let herself go. I'll never let myself go.
I'll always shave my armpits for you, Sailor.
It's gonna be weird, dude.
But how about this? All right, but anyway, how can we judge? I jerked off to a chick on a raft box once. You know what I mean? She was she looked good. She was advertising the raft, but they need some of the hottest models are raft models. I don't know if you guys know that.
True.
Yeah, I know.
You know why? Because first off, you got to be in a bikini.
Yeah.
You got to look good on that raft.
Yeah.
But you have to have a certain sort of homespun authenticity.
Oh, yeah. Like, she could be my girlfriend.
Yeah, I could get her. I bet her name is Monica or something that I could get. You know what I mean? And she's in a pool. And plus, I like the pool, too. Because I don't have a pool. I wonder if Monica's folks would let me hang out in their pool.
Oh, probably. Monica's a down-home girl.
They look good, but they're not like Victoria's Secret or spokesmodel or over the top.
They look attainable.
Attainable, and you could show them off to your friends, and people would think there was a real relationship
so you
there.
jacked it to this? Was it a big box?
Well, I couldn't afford the raft, but when I would go,
just took a picture in your
snapshot,
mind. Okay.
spank bank. When I'd go into the Big Five in Van Nuys, I'd go,
I'm gonna do that later.
She's so hot.
Yeah.
I like the part of the reason that you masturbated to her is that she had a backstory that you definitely could. She's like an OnlyFans model for your era.
See, that was your AI. You were already creating this. Imagine if you could create that.
I could see myself coming over there on hot July days, and just kind of kicking it by the pool.
Yeah, her dad's cool and lets you drink,
She's like, Adam, you need another Tecate? I'm like, oh, yeah. I could do another Tecate. And just sitting there on the shallow end with my feet in there, maybe my pants rolled up.
You don't have to take your shirt off, babe. I wasn't gonna.
She's sunning herself on that raft.
Yeah.
She was. I had a whole backstory for that raft girl.
I wonder what she's up to these days, Adam.
She may have moved up to like sea kayaks.
Oh, hey, maybe Sea-Doos, perhaps.
She may be modeling. Sea-Doos.
I had things like that. Mine was my brother had that ZZ Top CD. Remember that CD with the chicks on it? Oh, bro, yeah. And there were I think it was like 3 smoking chicks, but then they also had ZZ Top was on there, too.
Yeah.
So you're looking at it.
You got to look around the beard.
Yeah, you got to put your thumb over what's his name.
You don't want to stare you right in the eye.
Well, that's why you always go with the raft box.
Yeah, there's
not
no other
middle-aged
dudes.
bearded guys floating on a raft next to them.
Yeah, that's true.
Just the one chick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the girlfriend...
Maybe I'm into that, though. I don't know.
The AI...
just unlocked him right now.
Yeah, wow.
The AI girlfriend that we think is pathetic could probably be used as a training tool. Like, I probably could have used one when I was 26 because I was bad. And I didn't know what I was doing.
Cool.
You know, like the AI girlfriend. Like, I would say stuff like, come on, get in the car. Let's go eat. And they'd be like, a gentleman would open the door.
Oh, thanks, babe.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And just sort of, now it's time to hold my hand. And like I would do stuff like if we're in a mall, I would walk 10 feet ahead of them, like looking for stuff, instead of slowing down and doing the hand holding. We could have one is like a tutorial, like a coaching.
That would have helped so because you won't practice. People don't. You don't practice on real things.
I wouldn't
and
have
other
failed
things.
algebra twice if I had an AI saying, "Oh, you can do that, but after you do algebra homework."
That's why they have CPR dummies. They don't give them a real person.
Not a real person.
In
Mexico, it's a real person, but here it's not. No, you're right. I'd be in there, like AI would be outside the bathroom. Adam, what are you doing in there with your raft box. Oh, yeah, no, I was just coming out. Yeah, here I go. Yeah, what do you want to do? Yeah. Pull the chair out before she sits down at the restaurant.
Those nice things.
Learn a little etiquette, some manners. I used to chew with my mouth wide open.
Oh yeah, she'd be like, "Hey,"
people would say like, "Good morning," and I'd go, "How's it good?" You should say good morning back to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't learn which fork was the salad fork.
I still don't know.
I don't know. Well, you don't have an AI girlfriend.
I know. I need to get one. I have a fiance, but maybe I could get an AI girlfriend, and then that would help our relationship.
Well, see, the fact that we've been talking about this so long, this story takes a left turn. Instead of just talking about the AI girlfriends, it goes into the fact that there's been way more college enrollments for women. And it's like guys are just hanging back and beating off all day.
We don't care. Yeah,
hanging out and beating off all
they're just
day.
they have what? Why should you go get a college level job
when I can just beat off
your
all day?
AI girlfriend
ripping bong loads and watching raft boxes?
Exactly right.
It's the American dream, bro.
I would name my AI girlfriend. I think you got to look this name up.
Aisha?
That's what I was hoping.
Heloise. Heloise. Does that reference mean anything?
No, what is that?
Man, is this a 70s movie?
Heloise, I believe, was a woman sort of like Dear Abby, but for etiquette.
Oh, you're right.
Like in the 60s or something. Heloise was a renowned woman of letters and philosopher of love and friendship, as well as eventual high-ranking abbess in the Catholic Church. Heloise would teach you how to be well-mannered and show etiquette and be kind.
Pygmalion style. Yeah, so you're getting at an AI chatbot like Pygmalion style, teach you how to speak correctly all the while tickling your penis.
Yeah, I like it.
I know. I think that's the way to get some couth.
I hope you could switch it up. Switch up the skins too, like Fortnite.
Yeah. We name her Heloise, and she teaches your boy manners.
Yeah.
And gives a hell of a blowjob.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Technology.
With Heloise. All right. Gary Sinise is going to join me in a moment. Dustin, always good talking to you.
Bro, thanks for having me, man.
You got the 6 Mijos locked and loaded now?
I got the 6 Mijos. I'm going to have dreams about it. I'll start working on a script. Maybe I could pitch it to you, start pinning it out. Yeah.
Now, remember, arroz is rice.
Yeah, rice. Frijoles is beans.
Frijoles is beans. And rojo is red.
Yeah.
But there is such a thing as red beans and rice.
Oh, whoa,
which
bro.
could take your entire world and make a
can't.
peanut butter cup out of it.
That's a lot.
Live shows coming up.
Yep.
Dustin, where should we go? Funny Bone, Columbus, Ohio, December 4th. And then we should just go to your website, right?
Yeah, I'm all around. I don't think I'm the funny. I might be. I'm everywhere. WeenieTips.com.
WeenieTips.com. All right, quick break. Back with Gary Sinise right after this.
Thanks, brother.
Qualia Senolytics, the biggest discovery of our time for promoting healthy aging. I feel 15 years younger, and you'll feel 15 years younger in a matter of months. As we age, the body accumulates senescent cells or zombie cells that cause symptoms of aging, aches, slow workout recovery, sluggish mental and physical energy. Like pruning dead leaves off a plant, Qualia Senolytics removes worn out old senescent cells and allows the rest to thrive. So that's it. You got to prune those cells. Take it just 2 days a month. It's non-GMO. It's vegan. It's gluten-free. 100-day money-back guarantee to feel fantastic. It is the best move I've ever made. Am I right, Dawson?
Resist aging at the cellular level. Try Qualia Senolytic. Go to qualialife.com/Adam for up to 50% off and use code Adam at checkout for an additional 15% off. For your convenience, Qualia Senolytic is also available at select GNC locations near you. That's QUALIA life.com/Adam for an extra 15% off your purchase. Thanks to Qualia for sponsoring today's episode.
Tommy John. Well, here's a simple life hack. Upgrade with Tommy John. You'll do everything much better because you'll be much more comfortable with Tommy John. Their Second Skin underwear has dozens of comfort innovations like a supportive contour pouch and horizontal quick draw fly, plus breathable, lightweight, moisture-wicking fabric with 4 times the stretch of competing brands. Over 20 million pairs sold. Hundreds, nay, thousands of 5-star reviews. Tommy John doesn't have customers, they have fanatics. I know, I'm a Tommy John fanatic. I'm wearing mine right now. I will not wear anything other than Tommy John. I don't have the heart to throw out some of the old underwear I had because I paid way too much. I guess I'll just use it for a car rag, do my rims or something. They have a guarantee. It's called the best pair you'll ever wear, or it's free. They're the best. They're Tommy John, right, Dawson?
Get 20% off your first order right now at TommyJohn.com/Adam. Save 20% on Second Skin at TommyJohn.com/Adam. TommyJohn.com/Adam. See site for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly Auto Parts is in the business of keeping your car on the road. They offer friendly, helpful service and parts and knowledge that you're going to need to maintain and do the repairs yourself. Always used O'Reilly. I've used to hit the one up on Foothill when I was in La Crescenta renting a house, keeping that Isuzu Trooper on the road. And they got thousands of parts and accessories in stock, either in their store or online. So you have, you don't have to worry if you're in a jam. You can go online and get your stuff. You can go into a store and get your stuff. The team at O'Reilly Auto Parts can test your battery for free in or out of your car, which is nice because sometimes it's tough to get those babies out of the car. You need your windshield wipers replaced, brake light fixed, or a quick service. Well, they'll help you find the right part or point you to the nearest local repair shop as well and get help there. Whether you're a car aficionado or an auto novice, you're going to find the employees at O'Reilly Auto Parts are knowledgeable, helpful, and best of all, they're friendly. They're professional parts people at O'Reilly. O'Reilly Auto Parts. One-stop shop for everything, especially if you're a do-it-yourselfer for your car. In-store, online. You can stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and do it today, or visit us online, O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. That's O'Reilly.com/Adam.
It's time for Nicaraguan Name That Movie with Adam's buddy Oswaldo. See if you can guess which movie this famous line is from.
Stupid is stupid dog.
If you said Forrest Gump,
Stupid is, stupid does.
you're correct. Now, back to the show.
Gary Sinise is joining us. Just in case you need a refresher, Apollo 13, aforementioned Forrest Gump, Ransom, Green Mile. A movie that I think they came up with the title for before they made the movie, Reindeer Games. I think someone just thought of that and said, we got to make a movie. Mission to Mars, Snake Eyes, remember that one? So many awards, Primetime Emmys and Golden Globes and Tonys, which I didn't know about. So I'm going to ask you about that. Gary Sinise also doing all the work for the veterans and just the Lord's work. Good to see you, Gary.
Hey, thanks so much for having me, Adam. Good to see you.
I was by chance listening to Ben Shapiro last week, I believe it was, and was able to hear your story on Ben's podcast and talking about Mac, your son. It was a very moving story, and it was sad, but it was also sort of inspirational and uplifting as well. And I think that's part of what you're here to talk about today. So I think you should tell the story.
Well, thanks for inviting me on, Adam. It's good to see you. My son, Mac, he was a musician and drummer and composer and songwriter, went to USC Music School, Thornton School of Music. He was in the pop program there. He was a drummer from the time he was 9 years old. When he was about 27 years old, he was having a lot of pain in his tailbone. Like sitting down was starting to get uncomfortable for him and difficult. And this went on for quite some time. We sent him to his primary care doctor. They did an X-ray on him. They didn't see anything. He had a somewhat of a bicycle accident. He was riding. He was on tour with a band over in Europe, and they were riding bikes around. And he slammed on the brakes and kind of jammed his tailbone into the seat, and he was in a lot of pain. We thought it was some kind of bruised tailbone or fracture or something like that, but it just kept going on and on and on. And finally, we sent him to, my wife had a bunch of spine surgeries, and we sent Mac to her spine surgeon, and he called me up and he said, Mac has a tumor wrapped around his sacrum. And he had put him in the CT scanner, and I went down to the office. In the meantime, I got in the car, drove down there. In the meantime, he had sent Mac to the MRI machine. And when I got there, the MRI had come back, and there was a orange-sized tumor like this wrapped around his sacrum. And the surgeon said he thought it was a tumor called chordoma, which is a very, very rare and very slow growing tumor. I mean, it could have been growing there since birth, and we would have known it. I mean, unless you do an MRI or a CT or something. We had done an X-ray, but it didn't show anything. And this giant monster tumor was there, and the surgeon said, well, I haven't had very much experience with this. In fact, many doctors don't even know about it. It's so rare that maybe only 300 people per year in the U.S. are diagnosed with this tumor. Quite often, if you have the right surgeon, they can go in and they can remove it from the spine. It starts in the spine, either at the base or the top of the spine. They can remove it, and they get it all, and it's cured. About 30% of the time, though, Adam, it will come back and spread and turn into metastatic chordoma, and that's what happened to Mac. He had the tumor removed in September of 2018. And 2019, we found out that the cancer had come back and was starting to spread throughout his body. And that began radiation treatments, additional surgeries to remove additional tumors that were growing on the spine, chemotherapies, 25 different drugs over a 4.5-year period. Nothing was working. And he got progressively worse physically. It disabled him. He couldn't play drums anymore. He couldn't walk anymore. He was paralyzed from the chest down.
He was how old at this time?
So Mac was 27 when he was diagnosed, and for the next, he turned 33 last November, and then he died in January. The cancer it disabled him, but it did not squash his spirit. He faced it with grace and courage. He was a musician who put music on the back burner for years because he was trying to fight cancer. And then last year he said, Dad, there's a piece of music I wrote at USC that I never finished. I think I'd like to finish it. And he went to work on it with a buddy of his from college who was a fellow composer. And they finished this piece called Arctic Circles, which is on Mac Sinise YouTube. There's a beautiful video of Mac in the studio with the orchestra playing this piece that he'd written in college.
Is he playing the harmonica on that vid?
Well, that was Arctic Circles was actually the piece that got him into the studio. And then he had taken up harmonica, Adam. He couldn't play drums anymore. He was confined to a hospital bed at home. We'd have to hoist him out with a Hoyer lift to get him out of the bed and into his wheelchair. He was blind in one eye from a tumor in the back of his head. He had lost a lot of physicality, but he was creating. And he went into the studio to record this beautiful piece, Arctic Circles. And I said to him, he had picked up a harmonica just sitting in his hospital bed. His mother recommended he get a harmonica because he couldn't play much of anything anymore, and he loved music. So he started playing, and I gave him a tape of a Medal of Honor recipient pal of mine, Sammy Davis, who plays Shenandoah on harmonica.
Wow.
And I said, Mac, you should learn this beautiful American song. And so he learned it on harmonica, and I said to him, as long as you're going to have the string section in there playing Arctic Circles, why don't you have Oliver do an arrangement to back you up on Shenandoah? And so if you go to Mac Sinise YouTube, you'll see not only Arctic Circles, but you'll see Mac playing harmonica with the orchestra behind him playing Shenandoah. It's absolutely stunning. And I was just blown away that day, Adam. I hadn't heard Arctic Circles at all until the day I walked into the studio. And that really set Mac up to want to create an entire album of music, which he did, called Resurrection and Revival. And he wanted the proceeds from the vinyl to go to the Gary Sinise Foundation. He worked for my foundation until he got too sick to continue. And so the vinyl is out there. People have been buying the vinyl. The proceeds go to help our veterans.
Yeah, as I was listening to you tell this story on Ben Shapiro's podcast a week or so ago, I was moved by how sort of graceful you were with it and how you held yourself. I feel like first off, it's the worst thing that can happen really to a person is to lose a child. It just is. We all deal with parents going and, at some point you're going to go and your children can be there and say some nice words. But losing a child is at the top of the list of things that can break somebody. And you were eloquent and you were composed like you are today. And you had a lot of dignity and you spoke with reverence. And I was thinking, I don't think a lot of people would keep it together. They would break down in the middle of the discussion of their son or discussion of the tumor and the composing of the music and stuff. And I was thinking, does Gary Sinise have this because of his proximity with the military, which is basically nothing but young people dying, or being very injured. It's something you're going to have to get used to, the notion of a young man dying and a young woman dying if you want to be that close to the military for that period of time and do what you've done over the years. Was it partially that I think gave you a strength and a sort of quiet dignity to deal with this horrible situation?
I think partially, yeah. I think you might have hit something there. For decades now, I've been going in and out of the hospitals, and I've been seeing a lot of badly banged up folks and watching their families go through it day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. Some of these folks can be in the hospital for multiple years just dealing with rehabilitation and surgeries. And then I've seen a lot of grieving families who have lost a loved one. We support thousands of families at the Gary Sinise Foundation who are families of our fallen heroes. And I've seen them go through it. So I've learned a lot, from the resilience of some of our folks who have been out there, who have been really challenged by what they've faced. Maybe God was protecting me and preparing me in a certain way to deal with our own family challenge. And believe me, I'm not super strong. I could break down at any moment in talking about our son and what happened. But I also know and have seen so many other families who have dealt with this kind of loss, parents who have lost, children who served in the military, just hundreds of them, so many of them, I can't tell you. And I've watched how they persevere and go through it. And I know that we're one of a gazillion families who have gone through this kind of thing. Cancer touches every single human being on the planet. It's something we should all be universal in our fight against. So we know so many families personally, and it touches everybody. So I wrote a story after Mac died, about 6 weeks after he died, and I finally composed myself and thought, we have a lot of people that have supported us, family members, who have supported us. I didn't talk about this at all publicly when we were going through it, but family members and friends knew about it, and we had started a campaign to raise money at the Cordoma Foundation. There's thankfully a foundation that's out there trying to battle this cancer. And we started a fundraising campaign to them to help them and to guide friends and family, who were asking us how they could help to do something. So we would send them to the Cordoma Foundation. And so I felt obligated to inform those people what had happened, that we had lost Mac. And so when I decided to do that and knew I had to do that, I decided that we have so many donors at the Gary Sinise Foundation, so many people who I've known over the years who didn't know what we were going through while we were, serving the mission and everything, that I should just go ahead and tell people. So I wrote a story that's on the homepage of the Gary Sinise Foundation website. And we got so much love and support pouring in after that. The media picked it up and it was all over the place. And people wrote into the foundation. There are thousands and thousands of messages. And so that helped us through, that helped me through. I'm crying through every day and trying to figure out how to deal with it. Yet at the same time, people are writing in and telling me that they understood because they'd been through the same thing. And they, their heart was open to us and supportive of what we were going through. So all of that really, really helped. And then the next thing that helped, Adam, to keep me going through this was that I started combing through Mac's iPhone and his iPad and his laptop and his Dropbox files, just searching, for messages and stuff. And I found video messages that Mac made that he wanted us to find later on.
Oh, really?
He never told us about. And they were clearly things that he was thinking about that he wanted to leave for us, and written letters that he left for us to find.
Wow.
Well, he knew his struggle was uphill, and the enemy was at the top, and they were firing down on him, and he was not going to get there. It's a no cure cancer. So he was very aware of what he was facing, but he left us all that. And then I found music, additional music that Mac had written over the years, tucked away on his iPad into his files. Beautiful stuff going all the way back to college, and things that he wrote last year in his hospital bed. And I started to listen to them on my headphones. And these gorgeous orchestral pieces. I found jazz charts. I found rock tunes. I found things that he'd recorded in college.
He wanted to score for movies and film, right?
He did, Adam, and he did some scoring for a documentary that my video guys made that's on our Gary Sinise Foundation website called Always Do a Little More. It kind of tracks a lot of my history with going back to the 80s and supporting veterans and all of that. And when Mac came to work for the foundation in 2017, I said, Mac, why don't you write some music for our video stuff? So there's about 75% of the music in this documentary that he wrote, and he wrote it all on his computer. He got all his samples, the strings and the horns and the drums and the piano and everything like that. And he created all this music on his laptop. And that went into the Gary Sinise Foundation documentary, and he wrote some things for other videos that we were doing. But it wasn't recorded by live musicians. And so after that, I connected with his buddy who helped him with the first record, and I said, I think we have a whole bunch of music here, and I want to do another record for Mac. So we produced part 2 of his album called Resurrection and Revival. It's at Mac Sinise YouTube, some videos of the music. The vinyl is being sold at the Gary Sinise Foundation website at GarySiniseFoundation.org. All the proceeds going to help the veterans at the foundation, proceeds of the vinyl. And there's so much good music on it. Going back to his college days. I mean, things he wrote in his early 20s. And it's just beautiful stuff, Adam. And I appreciate you having me on so I could let people know about this music. It's a legacy and a kind of a treasure box of beauty that Mac left to us. And I'm grateful that he did, because it's given me a real project to kind of pour myself into during the first year of losing him.
Yeah, I think the devil will make work for idle hands and brains, you know, if you're just sitting home thinking a little too much versus on your feet with a project and a direction. Especially this is like, has to be so therapeutic and cathartic because it's your son and you're now realizing bringing his music with full orchestra to life. And I was kind of thinking about music in terms of connection and legacy, in terms of when people lose somebody, you might want to look at a picture of that person in better days, you know, and maybe then there's people who may go and there's video of them, or somebody could watch you in one of your many films or TV shows and remember you, you know, and think about family member or not. You know, I was watching the Elvis 68 comeback special on Netflix the other day, and for the time I was watching it, Elvis was alive. You know, that was him. It was Elvis. That wasn't Elvis gone. That's Elvis, you know? And I realized music might even be a more powerful connection to somebody you're trying to stay connected to, because that is really them speaking on a very visceral level. You know, when you write music, that's who you are, that's what you are, you know, versus a videotape or a letter or a picture or something like that. You must have really felt the connection through the music.
Oh my God. I can't tell you, when I listen to this music, well, of course I'm bowled over by it because there's so much beauty in so much of it. I don't think I even realized just how gifted Mac was in terms of composing and composition. He went into USC Music School as a drummer, and he was an excellent drummer. He was my number 2 guy in my band. If my drummer couldn't be there, I'd ask Mac to do it. He was so good as a drummer. But when he got into USC Music School, his musical horizon just became gigantic, and he wanted to do everything. He wanted to compose, he wanted to songwrite, he wanted to sing, he wanted to learn how to play piano and guitar and all these other instruments. He wanted to write for movies, and he loved movies. And he writes about that in some of the things that I found online, how much he loved movies. So he started composing. And when you go to watch Arctic Circles, watch the video of Arctic Circles, that's the one that started everything. It's about a 5.5 minute piece. It's so emotionally powerful, the way it breathes. It started with a piano piece that Mac wrote in college. And then they orchestrated it, him and his friend Oliver from college. And it turned into this magnificently emotional journey. And it's so good. And that's the one that started. And then you listen to all the other orchestral compositions that are on the first record and the second record. And he was a gifted guy. And every time I listen to the stuff, I feel like Mac's I feel like he's talking to us. The music, of course, is a universal language. It's something that we all understand. Any corner of the earth understands music and is emotionally moved by music. And we remember things from our childhood when we hear a song. And you know, it's a power. There's a power in music. Like take music out of the equation. What if we didn't have music in this world? Just imagine how empty the world would be. Just the power that music has to stir us. And when I listen to this music, knowing it was written by my son, I feel like he's right here in the room with me, and I know he's smiling that, you know, he left me with a project that could keep me busy throughout this difficult time.
When did music start for you? Did acting start before music, or does music predate acting?
No, I got my first guitar in 4th grade. My mom and dad got me a guitar when I was, whatever that is, 10 years old or something. And I remember there were some other kids in the neighborhood who had guitars. None of us knew how to play. So now I go back to the 60s, and one of my first albums, the first album that I bought was a Beach Boys live record. Playing, I think they were somewhere in California playing, and it was a live Beach Boys record with all their old classics, Fun, and I Get Around, and all, Help Me Around, and all these things. And we would just set up in a living room and put a record on, and we would just lip sync to it. And that's how I started, lip syncing to Beach Boy records. And then I eventually learned how to play. Then I ended up playing bass. Then I had different bands all the way through high school. And when I was in high school, it was actually because I was in the band that I ended up falling into acting. I was standing in a hallway with my band members, and we were, I don't know, we might have been skipping class or whatever, but we looked pretty scruffy, that sort of early 70s scruffy hippie look. And the drama teacher walked down the hall, and she turned to me and she said she was directing West Side Story, and we all looked perfect for the gang members, so we should come and audition for the play. And so I did, and that started acting, and I played music and was doing acting all the way through high school and afterwards.
You don't strike me as a guy who needs to be seen on stage or attention. You strike me as a guy who has a passion for a craft, whether it be music or acting, and want to execute that passion or that mission. If I'm being clear, there's some people that just want to be on stage, but they don't really bring anything. And then there are people that actually have a craft, a gift, and they want to be on stage, but it's only to use their craft or their gift. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're a little reluctant, sort of reluctant performers. A lot of comedians are like that, kind of, right?
Yeah. No, there are comedians who just want to be on stage and hold the microphone while everyone else listens. But then there are others who are truly funny and gifted, and they just want to get the words out, and get paid. It's nice, nice to get paid on occasion. But you don't strike me as a ham, I guess, is what I would say. But maybe you were.
Oh, there was some ham way back when. Yeah, you got to have a little ham, I started a theater company with my pals, Steppenwolf Theatre in Chicago, and that's 50 years old now this year. We started in 1974. I was about 18 years old. There was a lot of ham going on back then, and I loved performing. But I'll tell you about the music. And I wouldn't really have the Gary Sinise Foundation, I don't think, without the career in the movie and television business, because it gave me a platform to really launch and to talk about things that were important to me in terms of helping our service members out and helping their families out and everything. The music kind of evolved because I used to do it all the way into my early 20s. Then I got so busy with acting, I didn't do it for a long time, and I picked it up again in the late 90s. And then September 11th happened, and we started deploying to Iraq and Afghanistan, and I just wanted to go on tours. I wanted to go. I have Vietnam veterans in my family. I remember what it was like for them to come home and the country turn its back on them. I didn't want that to happen to our Iraq and Afghanistan veterans, so I raised my hand for the USO and started visiting them. And in the meantime, I had some players I played with, so I talked to the USO and they let me take them on a tour. Mm-hmm. And so the USO set up a tour, and I took the musicians, and I went back again, did it again and again and again. And then I created the Gary Sinise Foundation, and we folded my band, Gary Sinise and the Lieutenant Dan Band, we folded it into the foundation as a program. And now I've played over 575 concerts for the troops in the last 25 years. Just going here, there, and everywhere, trying to do it. So I don't play for money. I don't play professionally. I played all those concerts as a volunteer, and I have to pay my band. And so people that donate to the Gary Sinise Foundation help me take the band to military bases and military hospitals. And I donate my time because it is part of my mission. And the music has become just a great, I love doing it. I love playing. We play nothing but hits. It's a big cover band. We play nothing but great hits. So it's a lot of fun. But the most fun is seeing the people out there and how they're enjoying it, and how, I've been in the war zones playing in Afghanistan here and there, and just seeing.
I was doing a vintage race in Coronado at the military base, and Lieutenant Dan and his band was playing.
That's right.
I remember going, "Oh, he's here." I was in the pits or the paddock or whatever with my race car. And I remember going over. The band was great. I said hi. Was awesome. Coronado's a great base right outside of San Diego. I'm curious what your set list is. You probably changes a little from year to year, but what are you when you say playing the hits? What are they?
Oh gosh, there's a big variety. It's a variety show. I wanted to play something for everybody, so we started playing, classics, Stevie Wonder, Springsteen. I mean, you name it. We're just playing a lot of hits. Plus, we play, current stuff. We, Bruno Mars, and we play Taylor Swift, and it's really kind of all over the map. Plus, recently there's a couple of songs that are on Mac's new album. There's one that he wrote in college called Angel's Theme, and it's such a beautiful melody. It features a violin solo, and I got a great violin player in my band. So I played the song for everybody. Everybody loved it. So we do that song. It's called Angel's Theme. It's on the new record, Part 2. And then Mac wrote the last song he wrote, which is on Mac Sinise YouTube right now. It's called Quasi Love. And Mac wrote it in his hospital bed last year, and it's a rockin' sort of pop tune. And we went into the studio last summer with my band, and I brought out guys that Mac played with in college, his drummer roommates, and 2 guitar players that he played in bands with back in high school and college. I brought them all out and said, I want you to be on this record. So that one's at Mac Sinise YouTube as well. So we're kind of all over the map, but it's really beautiful to see people kind of listen to Mac's stuff and kind of really enjoy it. That makes me feel really great.
It is for something so tragic to salvage some rays of positivity and hope and pride. It's pretty miraculous, but I think you've done that, and I think Mac was pretty lucky to have a guy like yourself create and now maintain basically his legacy. So I hope you're proud of that. I knew I could get you to cry.
Is that what you're trying to do?
No, with you actors, I never know. I'm
faking it.
You could just put a tack in your shoe. I don't know with you actors.
That's his record back there. Those are the 2 albums, Part 1 and Part 2.
Well, let's make sure people know where to go, because I was watching some of his work on YouTube yesterday, and it's really impressive stuff. And I know you're not going to compliment yourself, but you do more than I think most dads would do, and most Americans would do beyond your son Mac's tragic situation, helping the troops. Just one of the good ones, Gary Sinise. That's what I would say. So always great to talk to you, my friend. People should look for Mac Sinise's Resurrection and Revival Part 2. And you can also order it at the Gary Sinise Foundation. A good cause, good dad, for the vets, for the legacy. Do the right thing and go to Gary Sinise Foundation and contribute and enjoy as well.
Adam, thank you very much. You can see those videos on Mac Sinise YouTube. And I will say that Part 1, The first part is on Spotify and iTunes and all the digital platforms right now, and we'll eventually put out part 2. We're letting the vinyl do its thing right now at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
Thank you so much, Gary. Keep up the good work.
Thanks for having me, Adam. Take care.
My pleasure.
Bye-bye.
All right. I will say that you can go to AdamCarolla.com for all the live shows coming up in Houston with Kayvon and Craig Shoemaker. That'll be Friday. And then Saturday, heading off to Phoenix, the Hilton Phoenix Tapatio Cliffs Resort, doing stand-up there with Shoemaker. That'll be Saturday. Go to AdamCarolla.com for all the live shows. Until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Gary Sinise and Dustin Ybarra and Mijo and Mayhem Miller saying mahalo.